Okay, it looks like we're going live. Live. Alright. Last night after I finished stream, that's not a good sign. There's a dude on fire in the base. That's completely unacceptable. What is he thinking coming into the base? I lost my train of thought. That's okay. I was thinking that I basically had three options for going forward. I could automate charcoal production, I could create a magnet, or I could start working on the EBF. And I really want to work on the EBF, but keeping this live, keeping my steel production going is going to be more important, I think. So I guess I really should set up the automated charcoal compression so that I don't have to keep doing it by hand. That is the smart play. I don't know if I should set up a place for tons of creosote to be stored, though. You can turn creosote into other things, I think. Specifically, I believe lubricant. I'm going to want some of soon, but I have a tiny little bit already, so it's kind of like, who knows? Which is... maybe I'll store a little tank and call that good enough. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing, is just putting together a little tank of it and calling that fine. Tools of death and destruction. And we're going to work on this. Might work on a magnet or the EBF after that, but we're going to work on doing charcoal compression right now. So what do we need for you? Like a pile of steel, some redstone, not much else. Hot iron. We're going to need to sort out some Tumbaga gears. Those are not going to be cheap. Check to make sure we have enough steam for this. Let's power down on this a little bit though. Less steam. 5 seconds. Down 2, yep, perfect. Okay. Bagas. I think I'm gonna have to do all the sorting on those. Up. Bring him in. 8 versus 6. We'll do the 6. This is gold and copper. That's a lot of gold. No, we're going to do this recipe right here. This is amazing. All right. Two gears, that's 8 Tembaga. We need an extruder shaped gear. Do we have that? That might be the first. Got a mold for gears, but we don't have an extruder shape, I assume. What about the fluid solidifier? Is that a possibility? At this? Man. Okay. Maybe the first thing we do is a fluid extractor. Let's see what the costs are for that. I'm gonna bet that it's gonna use up all of these materials I just made for the other machine. But that's okay. We'll just make another machine. LV wants all the machines after all. Yeah, we're real close. Need a pair of steel into little molds for circuits. That right here. That's going to be enough rods. All this back. We can make a fluid extractor. Nice. And tell it to craft us one. Something is missing. Up on. Two circuits. Do we not have glass? We have glass. Cable. Buy cables? We might need to buy cables. No, we have cables. Oh, we didn't make the pump. What's for the pump? Oh, 10 screw. Okay. We need to go put these in the lathe, I assume. Get the next step, the next step, the next step. Alright, try again. And there we go. Then redstone. Now this is going to make it easier on us to make several things, actually. Not just Tembaga, but the redstone stuff too. Good auto output, but we want this to wait for us to put something in there to actually build whatever it is we end up building. That gear mold. And we need 8 Tembaga ingots. Tembaga dust suffice. Tractor. Dust. Gotta be the ingots. Okay. The dust will not work. We have 3, so we need to make more. Dust. Don't have a mixer, that's okay. We'll just do that. we're going to need 7 gold and 3 copper. So, gold. See if we've got any copper as dust over here. We don't. Okay. Just use fine. Have a little sleep so we don't end up with more zombies. Ay, ay, ay's. Zombies are so scary. Order. Dust. And tell it to make us the dust for us. Alright. This into... ideal, but that'll work fine. And now we get to watch paint dry. My favorite. Guess I could go check on new area, which is refining fuel. I imagine what I'm going to find is everything is backed up, which is perfect. Backed up in that it can't run because of hydrogen. This is backed up because it doesn't have enough cells to pull in more fuel. This is backed up because the fuel is full. And oh, these guys aren't using any power. Oh, this guy's still running. Okay, so he's still producing. Okay, so we're not totally full, but we're really close to totally full, which is cool. Back to the base. Those. And go melt them down and produce what we need out of it. And we're saving tons of materials because we're not just throwing them away to... I'm not really sure why. I think I might be making small gears. I think I might be circularly logicking. I think this may have been making a gear and sticking it right back into the machine. That's kind of silly. Okay. At least it wasn't burning up materials while it was recycling. A positive, right? Now we're going to be needing all those plates again. Ah. Let's collect some wires. Quest rewards, because they make life easier for us. being that this is a nice little hardcore run, let's make things easier. This is new. What's this? Glue. Apparently there's a glue quest that I can unlock at some point soon. For these rewards. Quest, where are you? There you are. Get free spaghetti. I like spaghetti. Everybody likes spaghetti. Well, we go with the loot bag. Get all the quest rewards. Thought there was one more. Skeleton spawners to the rescue, right? All this food away. We just got spaghetti and French toast and apple cider. Wires away, your cables, excuse me. All these coins away and these useless little red hearts, which aggravate me. And we'll open our loot bag. We got some more gravel. I think they made that reward really, really likely. Redstone was needed. So we'll just stick some of that in there and see what else it says. Okay, copper wire and steel and, yep, the same things. So those. We'll get some copper wire going. How much steel and how much steel? Making the red alloy. I already have the red alloy bolts. Don't. We should make the red alloy bolts for it. Let's look at the red alloy bolts. We're not going to do that anymore. Because we want to make those with a mold. So we're going to need to melt these down and make them into bolts, I guess? I think? Question mark? So I don't see them being used anywhere else except this red alloy wire, which I think I've got a substantial amount of. Yeah, I've got 46. I've been buying it over and over whenever it comes up. Have any steel in here? We don't. Let's get some steel melting. Let's make it taller first. Gone several times out in the world and picked up more stuff, but we haven't used the more stuff yet. Not had the need. That's about half of them. Go back down and do the other side. Yeah, making a 5x5 might be smarter, but this is a lot less work. I don't need that much longer, I don't think. Probably gonna be wrong about that, and this is silly, but hey, whatever. Let's melt down our steel, and then we'll have the ability to make that mold we need, and other molds going forward. We're basically using the steel that came out of the lathe. Yeah, that half the size of that. We have more room now, that's good. Sleepy times. Well, almost. I want a bolt and rod mold. I think. Maybe rod's not nearly as important as I think it is. Yeah, I don't have a bolt or a rod mold. Okay. Look those up and make them. The brass thingies are where? I know I made them. Hopefully I put them in the chest by the smeltery. Otherwise, I'm lost. Yes, there they are. So this... guy, and... I can't imagine it's actually called stick. It is called stick. That's rather silly. Verify. Yep, it's called stick. Stick mold and bolt mold. Put away the tools. Back over yonder. Like, remanufacture this for a little while. This was temporarily set up to just make me steel ingots quickly. But we're going to need to not make steel ingots for at least a little while because we're making these molds. Guy up, pick that guy up. See, it hasn't hurt anything. Not remove him. Oh. Put the steel on top and pour some steel on it. I'm going to use up 4 steel each, and we're going to need to make our extruder molds here in the not too distant future, I imagine. So I'm just going to leave all that steel in there for now. Bolt. Okay. Perfect. Oh. Let's leave these behind, or this behind. Don't think we need that. Figure that out here soon and be like, oops. Okay, so we need some bolts. rod mold away, I think. We will need this when it comes to something, I'm sure. I don't know what the thing is yet. And then I think we needed 3 bolts. 2 bolts. So that's 1 rod. And just leave those here for now. And instead of a rod becoming 2, a rod becomes 4, so we're doubling our efficiency. We were going to make copper wire. That's the wire mill on 16. We were going to make wrought iron plates. And we need to look at the steel plates. "13 steel plates. As well as 12 steel rods. We have, oh no, we're going to be using those up, I'm sure. Yep. Yep. Wait. Can we smelt those now, or are those MV? I bet they're MV. Yet. MV, okay. Not yet. But soon. Go. Yep. The new stuff. Unbundle the wire. Get the steel plates going. Then how am I going to extract it? It's going to have to be a redstone clock, I assume. Picked up a flower. Isn't that fun? These don't push fluid out. We're going to need to get the fluid out of them. So let's do these guys. We have 2 of them. We need 4 of them. These be extracted. They can. Okay, so let's extract 10 of them worth. Yeah. That should be plenty extracted. You're the extractor. And while that's all processing, let's grab our unrefined ores and get them in process again. Ore processing is basically hand-fed at this point still. That's the Tink Tink Loud machine, which is crazy. Grab all this and take it over to the other machine. That's what I mean by hand ore processing. Guys still making stuff. Hey Gene, how you doing? Good morning. Hey Shro, how you doing? Good morning. Hey. How are you guys? I hope you haven't been sitting there waiting for me to say something for the last, like, 3 hours. But I don't think it's been that long. But I do get into my own little world and delusions and everything else, so that's fun. And if this is too noisy, please let me know and I will reduce the volume on it. It's not bothering me, but if it's bothering you, I will do something about it. Aside from just walking away from it, you know. You were waiting forever? Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Please file a complaint with my manager. Have you seen the new auto crafting gene in the beta versions? Now I'm watching chat like a hawk. Ay, ay, ay. Looks like maybe I'm not going to get a response. But basically, you find the items you need, you bookmark the right recipes, you go to your crafting grid, you shrink this down into a crafting chain, and then you hold shift press C over the recipe, and it does it for you. Started playing again, vacations week will probably be streaming in. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then you just have your machine without having to do microcrafting. The game will do the microcrafting for you. Which is like, it's the reason I'm playing the beta, you know? Oh my goodness, it's so good. Alright, that is toasted. That is not needed anymore. We're going to need all the components for a basic compressor, which are a pile of steel. We need to remove this wrong recipe, so we're not using that anymore. Everything else looks fine. So a couple of bolts, some steel. We need some more 10 cables, is that right? We need 14 and we have probably less than that. Need 14, have 1. Okay, but we can totally make most of those. We need to turn this rubber into sheets. We've been holding on to that so we could not waste it, and so let's do that now. Hey, the tink tink machine's done. You can tell because it stopped going tink tink tink. Get this rubber all molded. Let's not do all of it right this second. Let's do some of it and then get the bolts made that we need still. Let's do this in order, right? Because we're only going to make a few bolts and then we're going to make lots of sheets. And then let's verify we have enough steam that this will actually work without breaking. We do have enough steam. It's still going down a little bit slowly, but we're managing it. Then we'll take this impure iron dust and put it in the next step of ore processing. Is your mic output on mono? I'm only hearing you in my left ear. I don't know. And thank you for the hype, Shro. I don't even know how I would check that. Okay, pause the game. Clear the throat. Look at the mic settings. Oh. Audio. Mic is default. I imagine that whatever you're experiencing is correct, but I wouldn't even know how to set that up. Actually, Did that fix it? I think I had a wire loose. And I just pushed it the rest of the way in. So that would be a user error. And not all that surprised myself. Unfortunate, but not all that surprised. All right, we want to use this recipe. We want to use that recipe. We want to build some extra ones of these. Minimize that. We want to go back into the crafting station and we want to build them. And let's build a second extra set. Then we'll just clear those out of there in case we want the space back. Hey, thank you for pointing out that the streamer was just not doing their job right. I appreciate being let know that I really didn't do what I needed to do. Now I can fix it and feel like an idiot. Not that that's a surprise. The game is fun. The players are silly. Although that reminds me, I don't remember what I was doing, but let's go check on steel. Dean, did you know you could pull the steel out from the back of the controller? I kind of feel like this is giving a monster scritches by reaching in through their ear or something. And then hoping that they don't attack you for it. Alright, next machine. We're looking at this compressor. Because we want to make automated charcoal. We got the redstone. We need 17 and 16 iron or steel. 17 and 16. We need a pair more for the little circuit things. And then we need a pair of plates. Plates, miniature plates, and what was the 17 plates too, right? Yes, 17 plates. Let's go get all these going. Yep, reach down into the lava. Down with streamers? Shro, no! We love streamers around here. We don't know what that means, but we do. Streamers are the best. Now we're going to go look at our Steam, and it's just going to be falling precipitously. Oh, goodness. We're down 300k. Yeah, we need to lower Steam utilization. And we might even need to check and see if production's actually working right now, right? But in my defense, I do have personal protective equipment to reach into lava with. So, it's okay. Because we've got lava gloves. I mean, reaching into lava should be fine, right? Right? Maybe? What's our Steam production say? Oh, nope, these are full. So it's not a production issue. It's a consumption issue. We're just using it up way faster than we're making it. This lack of Steam issue is why I'm trying to get off of Steam for production. I've made a little LV area where I've started making fuel, but I don't have everything yet. I've just got fuel, and I think my EBF is going to go like right here, and then I'm going to have a line of machines on this side facing the middle. Everything will be facing the base essentially, but we've got power. We're going to have EBF over here, and then we're going to have machines and collection over here. So fuel comes around this side, EBF by the fuel. I think the EBF is going to use a lot of the fuel. I made extra space here for more distilleries because that's the slow thing here. And then we can just pump the distilleries upwards and over. And then the other machines, this removes the sulfur, this produces the hydrogen to remove the sulfur, etc., etc., etc. And we have our little pump, which this is all now paused, which means it's completely backfilled, which is nice. I wonder if we're basically out of oil at this point. Then we can just have a nice little glide back to the base. Tro, do you want to see my hardcore world skelly spawner that I'm using with infernal mobs, which they're scary, scary, scary? Or would that be too silly to go look at right this instant? Might be too silly, actually. Grab all the stuff, compress the steel back down, and put it away. Dump all that stuff, and still are missing a few rods, so hopefully that's already in process. Spawner. Unlike in my 230 world, I am freely using homes in this world because this is a hardcore world and that's enough of a challenge for me. Let's get out our killing weapon. We're not doing melee to kill our skeletons. Inside of that monstrosity is a skelly spawner, and they get to fall down on stuff that hurts them, and they come down to this where this stair is, and then I shoot their feet. This way they don't get to hurt me and I get to hurt them. Is the best, right? Wait, why do I hear a zombie? There's a zombie in the wall. Almost worse than a zombie on your yard. But this is my solution to attacking mobs without getting attacked back. Which is, as far as I'm concerned, the best way to do it. I should probably remove a whole bunch of this stuff off the side that's extra, but by the same token, it's there in case I ever want to do maintenance on the machine. If we go to the very top, we can see where this came from, essentially. This was a mine that I was mining in, and there was a little tunnel over here that I checked out and lit up and found a skelly spawner basically directly under that. And then I built a whole bunch of stuff around it so that the skeletons can't hurt me, but I can hurt them. It's like a trap. A trap for horrible skellies. And spirits, apparently. My crossbow's gonna break, I assume, before I... Yep, nope, I got them all. Give me all that experience. My crossbow broke. I knew it was bound to happen. Let's go home. There are a lot of cool blocks in the pack, especially since they brought in all of the modern Minecraft blocks for this version. Let's get a stick and repair my crossbow. I'm actually looking at the mini-map to make sure there isn't, like, critters coming to get me. So this is the really expensive crossbow to repair. You need a crossbow and a stick, and you get 90% of your durability back. Man, is that expensive. Put away mob drops. Put away... Actually build a bow in order to get the string out of it now. Out 55 and 48. Yep, that's a full bow. That guy away. Wait. 11. Got one more to combine. There is a mob headed this way. That's not allowed. Just stay over there and yeah. Just don't even come over here. We don't want you over here. Do you want to see a big tree, Shro? And I don't mean a little big tree, I mean a real big tree. Because there's big trees in this pack. Bone meal on me? No. These are not the big trees. These are little tiny trees. These are itty bitty baby trees. Where did I leave my bone meal? Where? Bones, so if I need to find some, I have to make some. Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna find it in a little while and be like, well, here it is. Oh well. I don't need it anymore. Big tree. Things to collect the big tree with, and I need food so I don't die after chopping down the big tree. Gene, you know all about the sacred oaks, right? I assume. Spaghetti, French toast, and apple cider. That sounds like a meal plan. It doesn't look like much when you put it down as a sapling, right? I want Shro to be watching this. I want him to see this silliness. I'm totally going to overflow my wood storage when I do this. Oh well. Are you there, Shro? Faux show? Faux show he's here? No. Have a little tree now. Just a little guy. I hear you want a treehouse, Shro. What do you think? Small enough? Choppy, choppy, choppy. And let's pick it all up. This is why I should have made the magnet first. But such is life. I didn't. Yeah, when you need 2 backpacks for 1 tree and you know that they will still overflow. That's a few blocks. Just 1 or 2. I'm full. Too many blocks. Too many sillies. Yeah, we gonna need to use another box. I did this early, but this is okay. Good to have extra wood. Even if we end up losing some of it to just despawning. That is a problem to have. I chopped down a tree and I couldn't get all the blocks because there were too many of them. Oops. Oh, I don't think it actually happened that way. I think I got them all. I caught them all. Put all this stuff away. Guys away. Pick up some iron and I'm gonna put the bone meal in mob drops and wonder where I wonder where the rest of it is. I thought I had more. Uh, that should have been plenty of time for the machines to do all their work. Let's find out if Steam is catching up. Let's turn this guy back on. Set him back to 3 parallels. Basically use up as much of the steam as I make, essentially. Or close to it anyway. Never want to wander around with plates or sheets in your hand because you'll end up sticking them to something and have to get them off of the something soon. Highly unsuggested. Don't do that. It's not good for you. Make a machine, no microcrafting required. It's beautiful. It's just so beautiful. All right, creosote. How am I going to handle this? How am I going to handle it? Do a drawer because a drawer is clearly easy. Do 4 drawers, in fact. 3 for wood, 4 for wood, and 1 for charcoal blocks. 4 drawers. Add start soon. No. Oh no, not ads. I made a little typed up thing that I'm going to paste into chat when it comes up, when the ads actually start. FYI, once the ads start, I'm going to take a break. I hope you guys have a nice little break too and come right back. I think I'm going to top off my tea. which is getting kind of low. Hour for a cup of tea. That seems about fair, right? In order to make these drawers, we're going to grab a couple of stacks of wood. 5 drawers. Make me 5 drawers. Make me 2 drawers. What? Oh, we need a new file. For whatever reason, it doesn't like making the file. But that's okay, because we can just make the file pretty quickly anyway. Oh, it's a saw blade that it's missing? I thought I had. Sort. The file's fine, it's the saw blade that we're missing. Well then, that was smart of me, wasn't it? Saw blade. Try again. Make me some drawers. Okay, perfect. New saw blade. All happier. 3 hoppers. We need how many hoppers? We need 4 hoppers for the top. We need 4 hoppers for the bottom. That's 8 hoppers. We have 3. We need 5 more. Some hoppers. Job auto crafting. My wrench is looking really abused. Then we're gonna need some way to get the redstone, or not the redstone, the creosote out, which is gonna be these guys. A little clock of some sort to kick that out. And then we need a little tank. Pick up as much of this creosote as we can. These ones are pretty much empty comparatively. We're gonna waste a bunch of creosote doing this, I assume. And the ads are gonna start here in, oh, whatever soon means. Use creosote instead of lava buckets to provide fuel for that. Guys. Redstone clock. Clock. That looks awful, but it's not. But that's already favorited. I think I've got the comparator. I think I stole it from a dungeon. Add. Go on pause. And paste the message in chat and pin it. For a few minutes. And go on break. I think we're back. Back to making that redstone clock. Where'd it go? Okay, that's... Let's... Are missing. Don't want to use that recipe. Want to use... Well, can we use the... We might have to use this recipe. Food solidifier. Okay, so yeah, that's MV. So we have to use that recipe. Oh, let's double. Yeah, it's MV. Let's clear that out and try that again. We need redstone, redstone, ring. Okay, the ring we need to sort out by favoriting that. 5 ingots into 4 4 rods and 1 ingot. All right, let's do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Hope this doesn't say it takes forever. 49 seconds, 50 seconds, that's 200 seconds. That's over 3 minutes. How unfair. So 4 of these guys and 1 of those guys. And it'll be forever here, which... Gold's not that expensive. We have some gold and I can get more if I need it. We'll just say goodbye to some of our gold. File, 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 file. Where are you, file? Where file? There he is. Then I'm keeping my small piles over here by my macerators. Maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't make sense. I think I may have gone through this before. At least something similar. With how that was that. These fire bricks can be put away now. And redstone clock can be made. I think. Okay, what did we run out of? For some reason the wooden gears got stuck. A saw. So... Take a look at this. The plates we got, the rod we got, the clock. The clock wasn't made. I have a wrench. What's missing from a clock? Nothing. So it just doesn't want to make the clock? So... 2 rings, some bolts, gold plates. Oh, we need to make a plate. Problem exists because the person at the controls didn't follow the rules. Such is life. All right. Let's try it when we have all the things it needs, as opposed to just thinking we do. Oh. Oh. We gotta lathe something too. I'm getting tripped up by these things because I favorited the recipes. I think maybe I should just unfavorite them so that the thing will ask for stuff as opposed to just letting me proceed in my own confusion. I might be making mistakes on that. Then we need that tank that I mentioned earlier, which is going to be some clay, which means I need to actually sort out some clay dust. And I think I'd rather just mine it. A dream of magnet. Go back to our home and get this clay ground down. I believe this is about to get noisy. But that's how steam machines are. We'll just take a few steps back and let it go. We need 6 clay in the compressor. Hope the compressor doesn't use a pile of extra steam. Yeah, it's normal amounts, so we're good. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Done yet. How long is it? 30 seconds? Can I do that by hand? Bolt. Tank. Can't be done with that. Oh, nope. The only way is through the compressor. So we get to wait an additional 5, well, 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. We'll start digging out the space. That'll take us some time and be useful. Is there enough? There isn't enough space there, so that's too bad. We'll do it here. That one and that one. I'm gonna center it actually. Alright, then another gap of 1 and a 3x3. A little like that, maybe? I think so. Dig down the depth required. Then under the corner, I need a little more depth. I think I can just push it all into the compressor down here. The creosote's going to be a pain. I'm going to bring the creosote up there. And then... I'm not sure how I'm going to do the creosote. Totally going to be the issue. And then the floor will be down here. Ooh, red rock. Red granite, I believe. Get out our flooring. Install some flooring. You little silver ore. You are going to be mine. Those were mistakes, weren't they? Then... how's this gonna look? Like I need to dig myself out of the hole. We're going to want these machines. And we're going to want everything to feed into a center compressor. So basic compressor can go... I want the collection to be that way, so compressor will face this way. No, compressor is going to face this way. That way it can get power in from the side. And then power in from the side. And then... this one can just directly hopper in. Power. Do not know how I want to do this. They only make one per 90 seconds. So this doesn't have to be. I do not like Zoop Zoops. Why are you here? Just, will you go away and not come back, please? Silly little building inspector. Trying to think, and you're making it very difficult. Alright. Stuff's going to come out and be put into a box. The box will be... there. It would be nice if it could be a... Yay. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. Oak drawer, just like that. That's the output. Then underneath of it will be the pipe. A little more floor. More pipe connected to the output of the machine. Okay. So that part's semi-decided. Then got to bring in materials from this side. Got to bring in fuel from the top. So something like this. I think. Then the hoppers will go one hopper there, another hopper goes there. This hopper will go here, and the final hopper will go like so. And then we just got to connect these up so that they actually attach. Just got to destroy our wrench because that would be good. And build a new wrench. Build a new wrench. Okay. Connect and don't get trapped. Connect. Okay, so all those will feed their charcoal in to the compressor. And the compressor will output charcoal to the box. Now we need to figure out the creosote. This is the part that I have been concerned about this whole time. I don't want to waste creosote, but I'm making an excess of creosote. The extra creosote we're going to bring out. So creosote will go into that machine. Don't have space here for this, do we? We're gonna need to push this one further over. Our shovel. And our wrench to fix our mistake. This won't harvest that, so let's not do that. Let's get this slightly better wrench that's way more expensive. Add some more room for spaghetti. And move this guy over one. Yes, okay. Then that part's easy. I think what I'm going to do is have this feed both directions. Most of our creosote's going to go this way. Something like that. Will this work? That's not going to work because this is going to push everything one block up for the redstone. I suppose that's okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. Fairly certain that'll be fine. Yep. Then we need 4 openings for our creosote to flow into. 2. 4. Like a puzzle. A very confusing puzzle. Basically, I want almost all the creosote that can go here to go here, and the rest of it goes up here to be put into the tank, and then I'll have an ability to overflow the tank out, I suppose. Yeah, I think that sort of makes sense. And then the redstone clock can be on top and powering all the stuffs. I think those machines are actually safe from rain. Hey, you Blade Master. Hey, Exy. How's it going, guys? I'm trying to do stuff with things and know what I'm up to, and I don't think I know. Just don't think I know what I'm doing. Trying to automate stuff and things and stuff. But I don't want to run out of charcoal is essentially what's going on here. Nice. I'm going to have to catch that VOD because I was kind of curious at how things went on the end of Steamgate. Conversely, I kind of want to do it myself someday. And if I watch what you did, I'll know exactly how to do it right. And that'll just be confusing. I never do things right. But congratulations. Or, wait. You got the gate, right? I hope I'm reading that correctly and that you got the gate, not that you ended the run because you couldn't proceed. Now I'm concerned. Oh no. You didn't die, did you? I really hope you didn't die, Exy. If you died, I'm so sorry. That's no good. Okay. Let's start picking up and collecting and getting rid of all of our creosote, the old ones. Bad. Something like that happened. Something like what happened? it got too confusing and you gave up, or I don't know. I'm sorry things didn't go well. Since I don't know what happened, I don't know what to say. Let's put it that way. Yes, charcoal can get into the machine. Machine can run. Everything looks like it's working the way it's supposed to. And the little pipes are getting full of charcoal because this is GT pipes and they don't really know what they're doing. This needs to turn on auto output. And that should end up... Yes, okay. So that's working. Just time to start taking these down. Wow, I got an achievement for making primitive fuel, which I never would have gotten, but for doing something now. Game, you are so silly sometimes. Silly and noisy. Alright, so let's start with this guy over here in this corner. Do I want to fill in underneath? Kinda do. Nothing can... Well, no, I don't like this being, like, hovering. Get back to doing that, but it's actually time for sleep. I do wonder, can you put creosote into a coke oven for storage? I don't think this works. I think it only produces creosote. I don't think you can add creosote. Yeah, you can't add creosote. It has to be made in the thing locally. Which is fine. Let's start this. I think here. What I'm gonna want to do. Then like that. And just go get 300 or 400 wood and just stick it in there. Verify that this all works. Going, and it's going. Okay. Then it needs a... ability to pour into. And then this has to be raised up. If it's not, it is. Okay, good. Then I don't have any creosote, so I can't apply a redstone signal yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Pull it out. I was just checking to make sure I still had enough dirt to fill in the hole. But it is nice to see you guys. While I do my silly beta hardcore, which I don't think I would have done if not for people like Xe. I have to admit. We can just do one of those. Sort it out on top in a minute. Right. Match them. Okay, so we've got some in there. And that works. And then does that flow mostly... Yes, it mostly went into the... A little bit went there, most of it went there. I don't want sloshing, even if it would maybe be helpful. Yes, okay. Another hopper. Drawer. Noisy, noisy steam machines. Okay. And yes, this is going. Now, how do I want to do this redstone clock? I think I'm just going to do like that. That's just going to pulse. And then I should be able to grab some red alloy wire and just use it. I hope this will work. No. So does it need a solid block on top? Or, well, let's try the side. That would make it shorter, which I prefer. Solid block of... What are we thinking? Something that doesn't look awful. Let's do one of these. Yep. That'll do it. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side with another block. And we're going to need another pipe because we're out of those. That top, put that top on like so. Like so. Like so. And that's working too. Perfect. Okay. Cheap and easy. Now, I haven't built the tank yet, so I should probably get on that. The clay should be done. It is. Store this in here as well. And come over yonder and build our tank. Why I bookmarked silver. We built the compressor. He can be removed. That was built. We still need to build that guy, but we need a ultra low voltage storage tank. Gonna bookmark him, and I think we have everything but the steel. Right. It's always the steel. We'll turn this back into the wire and put it away. So, like so. Coke oven trophy. Mr. Creeper can have another trophy. Have all the stuff it looks like. And craft me a tank. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now, I suspect for temporary purposes, I can do this. I can probably do this and actually keep a whole bunch of creosote that I otherwise wouldn't be able to keep. Let's fill up these pipes. Although I really pointed that the wrong way, didn't I? Oh well. Yeah, that's kind of silly. I'm gonna do this so that it doesn't start and stop and start and stop. Hey, Panda. How you doing? I am on a server with Panda sometimes. And the reason why sometimes isn't having to do with Panda, it has to do with me basically not always playing when I could be. Oh, it won't go down one. Okay, well, we can temporarily wait. Oh. Let's get rid of that for now. And let's sleep. Just woke up, but it's like the middle of the day or something. Okay, and that should fill up these pipes, which is what I was going for. I want to keep as much creosote as possible, essentially. Yep, the pipes are getting full. I also want to empty out my bottles so I have no longer just stored a whole bunch of stuff. I'm automating compressed charcoal. I've got a couple of coke ovens already set up. I've got a couple more to move over here shortly. These two were over here before, but they weren't automatic. Right now, this is taking care of the creosote that I made earlier. It's using a creosote burner and a compressor to take the charcoal out of these guys and then compress it into a box for me. And then I'm going to collect the creosote here and store it. And then I guess I'm gonna have to like have a way to trash the fluid as well sometimes, which is unfortunate. Why does this keep kicking on and off? Thought I removed the pipe is not getting full. Oh, it just looks like it's not doing anything because it keeps getting more creosote refilled. Derpa derpa derpa. Yeah, my pipes are full. So remove that. And stop the sloshing. Remove the pipe. Look at things. Unfortunate. Just have too much creosote. Okay. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna end up throwing away a whole pile of creosote. That's what I'm gonna do. These things happen, you don't have to like it. Oh, I need those. I don't want to throw away my creosote, but I'm gonna need to. Gonna be 100 buckets of creosote about to go away. Very much drat. Yeah. Thank you, and have fun today. Enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. Hope that you have an amazing day, Panda. I don't want to waste the wood. I already wasted the... Oh no, I picked it up. Okay, good. The creosote will be wasted, the wood was not. We need more dirt to fill in this hole. Huh? I don't want to build another tank. I have built a tank to hold my creosote, but I don't want to build a whole bunch of tanks to hold creosote. Basically, I have more production of creosote than I'm using. Is my issue. Yeah. My wife is saying, well, just build some more machines that run on creosote. And it's like, that's expensive. And also, it would be nice, but I'm too lazy. And it's expensive. It's totally because it's expensive, not just because I'm lazy. This might actually be because I'm lazy. And that's it. And now she's laughing at me. Can you imagine it? Ay, 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 guys. They're with these women folk these days. How did I don't even know how I did that. That was very silly. I need more glow blocks. This won't be a problem. These glow blocks don't laugh at me. That they tell me. Okay. And one of those. Put these guys back in place. And this happening here. Why isn't this flowing? Connected. Break and replace? Oh, it can't flow because there's no room. Derp-a-derp-a-derp. I'm smart. I might not actually be smart. Okay, he's getting his. And one more to go. Let's go fix our pickaxe before everything else fails. But yes, if you're wondering why I'm wasting creosote here, like my wife is, it's because I don't want to expend the energy to actually take care of the creosote. It's funny how under glow blocks there is grass. It sort of makes sense, but it also sort of doesn't make sense. Because you would think that under the block it wouldn't have the ability to get the air it needs to grow. But there is no air in Minecraft, so that's fine. It doesn't need air to grow. Or at least, if there's air, there's no mechanics associated with it. So it's as if there were no air. We have charcoal we need to shove into the system. Put in the final coke oven. Put in his little faucet. Give him his hopper. Oak drawer. Well, swing and a miss. Sleep. Yeah. Outputs for pollution do need to have an empty space. And if you do world edit, there's actually a thing called air, which is bizarro. So I guess I was wrong. You're right. You called me out. You got me. There are very few Minecraft mechanics that require air blocks, and grass isn't one of them. We'll get that corrected. Good call, Gene. So I think that is the automated version of charcoal. Now I just need to bring in a whole pile of... What happened to our water? Weird. I usually don't lose my water. But I really wanted to get that automated so that I didn't ever run out of charcoal in order to make steel. I suppose I need to automate the removal of creosote, which... Isn't that cool? I'll take off the hollow glasses because they're like double dipping or something. But yeah, it has a little bit of the block sticking out of the drawer, which is fun. You know, I think I'm going to rescue this guy. I never expected him to go in the water, but he hasn't moved since he got to that spot. So let's rescue him from the water. I think he was stuck in the mud. But this is what we accomplished today so far. We're going to need to put a overflow here, because I don't think I can afford a real overflow. Let's find out. I think these are downright... Yeah, I don't have... Well, I could make... Oh, that is so expensive. But it'll save creosote in the long run. No, it won't. No, it won't. Because it'll still pipe the creosote into the same block, and it'll still waste it. So just a trash can is much, much cheaper. Yeah. Yeah, we're going for the cheap method. Ads start soon. Once again, I take breaks when I do ads. Actually, it's probably getting late enough that I should probably end the stream here soon. It is close to 8 o'clock here in the burbs of Seattle burbs. Let's snooze these ads for 5 minutes. We'll snooze them as much as we can, and then we will find somebody to raid. Let's pause the game so we don't get, like, murderfied. And let's find out who's streaming. Is there a cool person streaming Gregtech? There is. Maybe. Yes. I know where we're going. There is a cool person streaming. So in about, 10 minutes, I know what's going to happen. You know, unless he disappears from the face of the planet or something. But we're going to just go with that he's not going to do that. To build this trash can, which is a pearl. Dude, what are you doing up there? How did... There's a gap. Hey, you want to be a lookout up there? Be a lookout up there. Oh, nope. Nope. You want to go see the compressor, the spinner, don't you? You want to go see the steam separator, don't you? Yep. I see how it goes. I see. Fluid trash can. This, that, and that. Plates. which is my hammer. Guys, have you seen my hammer? I think I'm blind. There it is. I always do that backwards. Tink, tink, tink. Alright. Oh, and a tank. They are? Yeah, this way I don't have to make soldering alloy and the stuff and the next thing and the other thing and that stuff and everything else. You don't want it to auto eject because we're going to just pick it up and put it right back in. And once again, the same thing. We're going to not have it auto eject so that we can just get it. Alright, then put the auto eject back on. And we're going to need a pipe. Hey, you're wandering around again. That's cool. And we need to connect up to this pipe. Don't want sloshing. Work, it did. And connect up to this, and that should drain out the pipes and allow these to actually flow, right? Yes. Okay. So that will keep charcoal going, and we'll always have some creosote here. Ads have to be snoozed one more time, of course. Thank you, Twitchy Twitch. We didn't get an EBF belt. We didn't get a magnet belt. Those are the things I want to do, but we did get charcoal on automatic, which was also really kind of important. Dude, do not fall in. You're already hurt enough. Just stay alive, buddy. I want you to stay alive. I steal. Dark ashes. Get turned around. Put the steel away. Alright, so that's done, that's done, that's done. So the next things I'm going to be doing is building a magnet and building an EBF. And then getting LV set up there where we can use fuel instead of steam. Because this has been recharging for quite a while and it's still not charged. Because realistically, I do not make very much steam. I kind of cheaped out on steam in a big way. But I'm okay with that. I'm sure you guys are too. Put this clay dust away. Put these wrought irons away. And then get these iron going in the noisy machine. Walk away from that. We've got what appears to be a whole bunch of iron to process. Fuller's Earth. Not quite sure what Fuller's Earth is, but you know, that's fine. Let's process this nickel and get all this iron processing. And yes, it's just about time to sleep. And yeah, the last thing I'm going to do is get the last of this iron going. Grab some creosote buckets. Power it all. I probably should make this much more automatic. I don't think it would be that difficult, but it would be bulky. But if I could just drop everything off and then walk away from it, it might be better. I probably ought to automate this over there so that I don't have to think too much about it, right? Because that could totally do what I want, I think. Why did I come over here? To be here. I want to empty these bottles out. Bottles empty. Ads start way too soon. Haha. I'm not going to let you run ads. I'm going to raid somebody. Do I want to do a little tree to push the fluid? No, I'm already doing that. I'm pushing the fluid down into the compressor power. Down there. You're full, right? I can't see it. Whatever. I'm pretty sure it's going to keep working. Let's get this raid started. Thank you everybody who stopped by. I hope you had fun. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all the chatting. I appreciate all the lurking, because I think there was a little bit of lurking today. Then again, this is a strange time for me to stream. Probably a strange time for anyone to stream, really. Have a delighted meal. Oh, look at that beautiful nutrition numbers. Let's get this raid going and say bye to everybody. Let's double, triple check that he's actually going. It looks like he's going. Copy his paste. Copy his name. Copy his paste. Do one of those. And people are ready now. Let's do it. Raid now.